do we put the, you want me to put the plans up on the screen?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning,
Good morning,
Mr.
Doug James. Good morning, Brian. Now, who is that?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the most popular meeting in the county of Berrien.
How many people we have on?
It's going to be massive. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
All right, you are live, you're good to go.
Good morning. Welcome to the Berrien County Finance Committee. Stephanie Carlton, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Present. In the city of
Commissioner Hinkle.
Ann Arbor. Oh.
sorry.
Should I?
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Present, Zoom Waterly.
Commissioner Scott,
Present via Zoom, New Buffalo Township.
Commissioner Freeling.
Present via Zoom, Baroda Township.
Thank you. And that will help us with the agenda.
Absolutely. Your first thing this morning is our financial analyst, Jake Lideker. He has bid openings. They're all for the road department. Kevin Stagg is on here if we have any questions for the road department.
Thank you. And what I would ask is, Commissioner Freeling, would you listen to this and make a report on it on the floor?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning. All right, we're gonna start with bid 2021-21, which is for glass bead for the road. We sent it to 3 people and 1 responded. That is Potter's Industry out of Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
Something unusual that we're getting?
One more time, Amy, I'm sorry. If I can ask if everybody who's not speaking, please mute yourselves right now during this part because it gets a little noisy. All right, what'd you say, Amy? I'm sorry.
Is it something different than we normally use these beads? I don't remember seeing that. And it's all the way from Pennsylvania?
Kevin.
So the glass beads are what get combined with the paint markings that go down on the road. So when you see a truck painting the road, there's a glass bead that goes in that paint for reflectivity.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Their bid is for $70,920.
And so, is there a special reading, or that was with the, and that with the other things that are over 5,000, over something? You have reading the words with us.
Yeah, so this one is materials. So this is just send it back to the department. It's that first motion. Did I send that memo to you guys?
You did.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may I make a motion that we refer the bids back to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they are an approved responsible bidder that meets the specifications and requirements. Communication from the department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that is not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval. We also move that we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with, oh no, that's a different one. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's for another time.
Yeah, because we had some changes or something.
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. I'd like to support that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved and properly supported. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Yarborough.
Yes. It's
Commissioner
snowing.
Hinkleman.
It's snowing at my house. Sorry.
Commissioner Hinkleman.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Thank you. The next
All right, the next bid, we're going to jump up to 2021-32 because it is also materials. This is waterborne pavement marking paint. We sent it to 3 bidders and 2 responded. The first one is MGMA, Ozark Materials LLC out of Greenville, Alabama. Oh boy. Okay. They have it broken up into 2 separate amounts. Kevin, do you want the 2 separate amounts? It looks like white paint and yellow paint, or do you want the total?
Kevin, you need to unmute. There
You
you
should have a
go.
white paint and a yellow paint, so go ahead and just give the total
Okay.
of both of them combined if they give it. Thank you.
All right, the white paint is $129,870. The yellow paint is $136,370. So the total is $266,240.
Ooh,
White,
a lot of paint.
okay, next is Sherwin-Williams out of Cleveland, Ohio. Their total is $266,500, and I'll see if there's a breakdown here. So that is, the white paint is $130,000, and the yellow paint is $136,500.
Those are close totals,
Yes, they are.
really
That,
close.
that makes you feel good when you see that they're in line. May I have a motion? That was it, wasn't it, 2?
That was it.
Okay. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I move that we refer the bids back to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they are approved a responsible bidder that meets specifications and requirements. Communication from the department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that was not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval.
May I have a support, please?
Support.
It's been moved and properly supported. In questions? Stephanie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Yes.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes,
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Motion carried. Are there any other openings?
So there's not, the next groups that you're gonna have, there's 6 of them. Those are all ones that would need that second motion verbiage, which, because there'll be a contract associated with these bids. And so on the next 6, it'll be that second one. And then at the end, if we could do that last adjustment that I need from last week's meeting where I failed to do the right motion there. Okay, go for it.
All right.
Jake.
Next is 2021-30 specialty pavement marking paint. We sent it to 3 people and 1 responded. MPM, Michigan Pavement Marking out of Wyoming, Michigan. Their bid is $41,870.
Madam Chair, Commissioner
Yes.
Scott, I'd like to make a motion that we refer the bids back to the department with the approval, move forward with the lowest bidder if they are an approved responsible bidder that meets specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that was not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval.
Okay,
Second.
it's been moved and properly supported. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Yes.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. Rick Whitaker?
All right, next is bid 2021-031 waterborne pavement marking paint application. And this first one does not say the bid number on the outside. I believe it was for this, so I'll just double check when I open it. Pavement marking bid. PK Contracting out of Troy, Michigan. Okay, this is the right bid.
You said this is PK.
Yeah, this is PK Contracting out of Troy. All right, their bid is for $108,222.60.
So this went out for how many?
This went out to 3 bidders and all 3 responded.
Okay, thank you.
Next is M&M Pavement Marking out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. Their bid is $74,200. And the last is Michigan Pavement Marking out of Wyoming, Michigan. Their bid is $52,100.
May I have a motion, please? May I have a motion?
Yeah, Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. I move that we refer the bids back to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they're an approved responsible bidder that meets specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that was not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval.
Second.
It's been moved and properly supported. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please, Stephanie?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Yes.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Thank you. It passes. Rick Whitaker?
All right, the next bid is 2021-033 Paw Paw Avenue HMA overlay. We sent it to 4 bidders and 3 responded. The first is Reeve Riley out of Benton Harbor. And their bid is $121,439.
Kevin, tell me, where is this on Pawpaw? Is that what it is? It's something on Pawpaw's Avenue?
Paw Paw Avenue up in between Coloma and Waterville.
Okay, thank you. The same Pawpaw runs, excuse me, the same Pawpaw runs back into Benton Harbor and all that?
It changes roads as it gets down towards the city there.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like Red Arrow Highway, like it went. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, continue.
All right, next is Kalen Construction out of Sodus. Their bid is $173,845. And next is Michigan Paving and Materials out of Pawpaw. Their bid is $121,045.
May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I move that we refer the bids to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder. If they are an approved responsible bidder that meets the specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that is not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional.
May I have a support, please?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Scott, I will support that motion.
Thank you. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please, Stephanie?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Yes.
is that the one she abstains?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
that's the one.
thank you. Help me. I abstain.
There you go.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next.
And actually, Mamie, on the next 3, it looks like they're a vendor on those as well. So just as a heads up.
Thank you so much.
All right, so bid 2021-34 is South Pipestone HMA overlay. The first bid, we sent it to 4 bidders, 3 responded. The first is Kalen Construction. Their bid is $213,042. Next is Reeve Riley out of Benton Harbor. Their bid is $172,484.16. Next is Michigan Paving and Materials out of Paw Paw, Michigan. Their bid is $175,852.
Thank you. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. I move that we refer the bids to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they are approved responsible bidder and meet specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Excuse me. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that was not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval.
May I have support?
Second.
It's been moved and properly supported. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Abstain.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes?
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Jake?
Next is 2021-35 Pokagon HMA overlay. We sent it to 4 bidders and 4 responded. The first is Kalen Construction out of Sodus. Their bid is $151,690. Next is Milestone Contractors North out of South Bend. And their bid is $136,394. Next is Reese Riley out of Benton Harbor. Their bid is $108,821.50. And the last for this bid is Michigan Paving and Materials out of Paw Paw. Their bid is $117,977.
Thank you. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I move that we refer the bids to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they are an approved responsible bidder that meets the specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that is not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional.
I have support.
Commissioner Scott, I'll support.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Okay.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Motion carries. Jay?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. Before we open this last bid, I have to ask this question. Kevin, are these all projects that we are doing in the year 2021?
Yes, all these
Okay.
are 2021.
These are all 2021. All right, good. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jake.
The last bid is 2021-036 Bell Road HMA overlay. We sent it to 4 bidders and 4 responded. The first is Kalen Construction out of Sodus. Their bid is $145,250. Next is Michigan Paving and Materials out of Paw Paw.
To the committee members, I'm just wondering if we should spend the money to get the Jeopardy theme music while we wait.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I don't know whether or not we can just use it without copyright and infringement. I like it.
All right, their bid is $120,829.
Would you say that again?
$120,829. Next is Milestone Contractor North out of South Bend. Their bid is $129,257.94.
You could always like sing or something while you're opening them, Jake. You know.
Nobody wants that. Next is Reith Riley, and they're out of Benton Harbor. And their bid is $119,465.94.
There's a chance of this.
May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. I'll make that motion. I move that we refer the bids to the department with the approval to move forward with the lowest bidder if they are an approved responsible bidder and meet specifications and requirements. In addition, we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent contract associated with this bid and any contract modifications up to $5,000. Communication from the road department must be submitted to the finance committee in the event that they want to move forward with a bidder that was not the lowest bidder to provide justification and obtain additional approval.
Thank you very much. That was very smooth. May I have a support, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and properly supported. Any questions? Would you call the roll, please, Stephanie?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Abstain.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
I give a smooth yes.
Commissioner Curley.
Yes.
Thank you. That is, are those all the bids, Jake Lineker?
Yes, they are.
I thank you very much. And thank you, Kevin, for being there to answer any questions.
Thank you.
And then what's on the agenda?
I just need that other motion that was at the bottom of that memo regarding the bid that you guys opened last week. We didn't authorize the county administrator to execute the contract because I thought it was materials and it was actually service. So I just need a motion to add that part to that bid acceptance.
Would you please, one of members?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Scott. I move that we authorize the county administrator to execute the subsequent associated with bid 2021-020 countywide scratch course and any subsequent contract modifications up to $5,000.
Thank you. May I have support?
Or
It's been moved and properly supported for that correction. Would you call the roll, please? Is this
Commissioner
something
Yarp,
I can vote on, Annette?
Kevin, can you confirm for us if Kaylin was one of those? He's looking.
which bid was that for?
It was 2021-020.
I didn't have that on my list. That's the right number.
That was last week.
Kalen was not a bidder on this.
Perfect.
Then I
Thank you,
say,
Kevin.
I say yes.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
yes,
Thank you. The motion, thank you, Annette.
Yep, thank you for doing that for me. And now the next up is Christopher, Drain Commissioner Christopher Quattrin. And I think Brian's going to show those maps and the memos as he talks about those two resolutions. The floor is yours.
Commissioner Scott, if you will pay extra attention and make a report on this on the floor.
Christopher, I'm going to pull up Pine Brook Drain first.
Right.
Good morning and welcome, Christopher.
Morning, Madam Chair. Thank you for having me. I always like to get into the detail. I always get excited about some of these projects, so I'll try to keep it, on the higher level. If you want some more detail, please go ahead and ask. This is the Pine Brook Drain, which was a consolidation. The petition originally started with the people along Manitou. I don't know if I can show. That's where the yellow, and you can see in the upper north, that yellow area. They were having flooding to the extent on Rainsers. One neighbor reported 6 to 8 inches of water that would come into her living room. So we also were having flooding over on the south side of 94, where the baseball field is at, and along the road of Eaton Park there. That's where that other kind of yellow line is at on the south side there. I don't know if I could kind of roll where that's at there. Whoops. All right, well, let's let you get, we all set there. Yeah, over to the south side and then to the south, right there, that pipe there, right at where you see the fuchsia kind of dotted line and yellow line. There was that's where the two drains connected, the Palladium Drive and the North Royalton Drive drain. At that point, it was not a connection that was working, plus the pipe along Palladium was broken, disrepair, and it was flooding that whole field through there in Eaton Park area. The green pond was the Palladium Drive. That was built back in the 70s, I think. It's kind of interesting looking at some of the history of that as we're going through that. I got a kick out of it because there was some we call concerns that were going back and forth. And at that time it was prosecutor Paul Maloney, who I knew and still know. He actually rendered an opinion based on that for the drain commissioner. That's back when the prosecutor actually worked as the counsel for the drain commissioner, which I thought was interesting. Little history there. But that Palladium Drive also was having problems because of that pond was completely silted full and backing up the water. If we go back to the bigger picture, so the project basically was to relieve on the north side, okay, where we had the issues with the water, we had two crossings there. Again, one was the North Royalton, which is on the east side, which you can see crossing. The other one is the Eaton drain, which is on the west side. We chose to consolidate all these into one district because there's really one drainage system. And what we're doing is moving the water, splitting it, going between the two drains there, which allowed us, for the most part, plus the green outlined area of a new pond in that property there, which is acting as a settlement / storage and metering through the Eaton, that drain. So what that allowed us to do by working that watershed is not have to open cut or increase the lines across the 94. The North Royalton line on the east side crossing 94 also was not at a good elevation. We would have had to really put the pipe pretty deep and a lot more work to try to get that water to gravity throw through there. By being able to do that ponding and the design we did, we're estimating somewhere between the $3 and $6 million savings on this project to be able to do it in this manner. That's what came out of I always conduct a value analysis workshop. That's what came out of that. So we acquired actually that property there, which was a larger parcel, to build the pond, which we are going to sell off after the project, and hopefully have basically our goal is to have a zero net gain. In other words, what we bought it for, we'll be able to sell it for, which we think we will, which would be was cheaper than having to buy the easement. And it's a very large pond there. So that's kind of the project, the kind of design and kind of how we're going about. This project is slated for construction in about June, July-ish. We've already got bids. Kalen was the low bid on the project for this, and it was running, of course, about 1.415 million is what the total project cost is. Is there any questions with this one?
Chris, Commissioner Scott, by combining these two drainage districts into one, you say we're saving $3 to $6 million to the district. You mean both districts or the basic new district? And so that's if you're saving that, then that cost savings gets passed on to the people in the district, correct?
Yeah. If we didn't combine them, would have had a project at each one of those districts. So one is the synergy of all doing it all at once. They were already combined using the similar outlet. That's what we look at. So that was one savings that we were able to reap, is basically doing all the projects under one petition. The petition was originated by the citizens, and then of course the consolidating is a petition that is done by resolution by the township. So so we got two petitions for this work in that manner.
All right, thank you.
What I would like to know is who's putting money in this? Is the township putting money in it?
Yes, the township is, and I don't have the roll with me, but the township, they're putting a portion of. So is MDOT, because that's along the highway there, because MDOT gets benefit from that drain, and then the landowners there. So the township's a significant portion of this. They were as they have some benefit for that.
Okay. MDOT, St. Joseph Township, and the residents and
County of Berrien.
And Berrien County's financing and all of it?
Yes. Yeah. That's there's no railroad here, so they're not involved a bit in it.
Okay.
And
Madam Chair,
yes.
I'm sorry, what?
I have a question for the Drain Commissioner. Christopher, do you happen to know with the combined districts, how many parcels are in that? How many landowners?
If
If you don't have it in front of you, if you could just send that as a message.
I didn't grab it on that one. Let me think here. I probably have it here. Let me think here where I can grab it real quick. actually, they're numbered here. The parcels are numbered. So if we look at the largest number, that'll tell you the parcels. I think it is, I don't know if I can see that. Let me drill that in. On this map, it has all the parcels numbered. So you'll see what the largest parcel number is, and that will tell us on this one. So we're looking at, I think it's 123, looks like 133. Plus you have the 100, it looks like 133 parcels, plus you have 3 more. So you have the county of Berrien, you have the road, and you have the township. So that's 136. Okay. And I can confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's
I
at.
think it's 166. If
Is
you
that what
take, yeah, if you take this side of the expressway and this side.
Oh, they number them differently? I thought it kept going on. 27. Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Christopher, you're right.
Yeah.
It
This
looks like
actually-
133.
Yeah, actually, what I did do is if you under where he, and I could, on my other one, where he has the block there, the other map has listed of every property on there and the landowners. You know, where the
Okay.
Pine Brook Brook, I have another one, that has it all listed, but I have to go dig that one out. So,
No worries. I was just, you understand my reasoning for asking because of the cost of the project would be spread over all
Right.
of those members of the drainage
Right.
district. And so how long is the bond
20
for?
years.
Is it
20 years.
20
Yeah.
years?
And I
Okay.
think the average, don't hold me to, I think the average was in the $3,000 range per parcel for the landowners.
And Madam Chair, if I may ask one more question?
Yes, please.
My other question is, when the county commits to full faith and credit, Christopher, what is the savings that we
Oh.
find with regards to that for the landowners?
Oh,
We get a better interest rate?
Oh, we get a much better interest rate. And and I've asked each time I ask it, I mean, without bidding them both at the same time and seeing, but I've been told we're somewhere between 2 and 3 points savings,
Mm.
which is very significant for the landowners, very significant. So
Okay.
I think
Thank you.
we're
Those are
getting
my
1 to 2
questions.
right now. They're estimating, 1 to 2 points. So that means we'd be somewhere, 4 to 5 points. And that's quite a bit on a 20-year. I always, it's interesting because the bond is reversed than it's reversed in your mortgage because up front you pay less interest, but as time goes on, the interest grows. So as the end of the note of the bond, we're paying a lot more interest, so it keeps going up. It's the reverse of your mortgage. So that a lower interest, it's an average interest is what they're given 1.5 or 1 point, or 2 point, and then it grows from there. So when you're talking 5 points at an average, it may be lower up front, but you're much higher towards the end. It's significantly higher.
Thank you. The next one does that complete that? What is it that we will do? I said resolutions, we just agree and send and take it to the whole board, or what are we to do with this? Brian?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, so if finance is in agreement, essentially the only question for finance is, are you willing to offer the county's full faith and credit? Assuming that finance is good, this would then advance to today's full board meeting. There is a second project to review that
Yes,
I'd like to pull up if finance is ready to do that.
we are.
If we could just kind of try to watch the clock a little bit.
Okay.
We have about 15 minutes left.
Okay, Grand Commissioner?
Okay, I'll try to talk quick.
And Madam Chair,
Yes.
just to further watch the clock, I do have a request about the jail roof that I was hoping to run by you all before you wrap.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
whoops, I pulled up the wrong screen.
Yeah. pull up
Let
the
me
map.
redo that.
Yeah, I'll start a little bit. Yellow Creek, it's Yellow Creek. It's actually Yellow Creek, Woodland Drive and Marquette Roads out in that area, Royalton Township. I'm saying Marquette Woods and Scottdale area drilled down to Woodland Drive. Yellow Creek is the creek, or we know it as Big Meadow. This is the Yellow Creek Drain. Now, which is interesting, I'll tell you a little history. Lot 48, I had my first birthday in there and lived until my parents sold it in 2000 or 2001. So that my dad, that's the house I grew up in. And interesting, I knew all the neighbors here. So this was a very interesting project. A lot of them still were there and I grew up, and some are old timers now.
That's good.
So what was happening here, which was very interesting, is that there's two things. We had surface water and groundwater. The groundwater was significant. And just to point out on BeachNet, I think it was lot 6. That gentleman is 5'5". I think, lot 5 there. That gentleman, Mike, I think it's Mike Reed is his name. He was running two sump pumps in his basement 24/7 out of a 2-inch line. He still couldn't get the mold out of his basement. And he was probably one of the worst. So you go over to 30. We discovered when we did soil borings, he was on top of an underground pond. So the water, significant water problems in the groundwater. So we came in here and we developed this topology, and it was to move the groundwater out. It was very successful as we were coming across to that zigzag coming across the BeachNet. When we turned the corner, Mike Reed's, we got to the lot 7, Mike Reed's sump pump stopped running because they didn't need to, and my understanding has not stopped. The house 24 on Giorni, I've been also talking, he's an engineer, so we talk. He's been tracking it too. He even timed his sump pump on and off. He says it is so intermittent now. So we've been able to significantly drop the groundwater. Although each parcel, it's, the amount has been, it's pretty much on this one per parcel. They were really happy. The lot 24, that gentleman told me that B-Dry was going to come in and it's going to cost him $35,000 to try dry out his basement, and they didn't guarantee it. So we did it for about somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000 per parcel, $7,000 to $8,000. So a lot of these people were quite a savings on that sense from them. We already built this. What we did is a little different. I was trying a little different approach to financing, because when we go out to a bond we have to pull in all our contingencies and estimate some expenses. This one, we went and got an interim financing note. And now we're refinancing out to the bond to get more savings. The note has a higher interest and a shorter payment duration. In doing this, what we were able to do is be able to return about $250,000, which is significant. There's 98 parcels in this, which is about $1,000 per parcel savings to each one of them. So that's fairly significant. And we actually figure with the better interest rate and the refinance that we're doing is going to save them almost another $1,000 per parcel too. So what I tried on this one was squeeze it at the end there. Of course, we squeeze as much as we can during design, squeeze it during construction, and then I try to do that squeeze at the end to get back and reduce that project cost as much, so the landowners had just the best value that they're paying for. So again, that's what this project was. The Lutheran school, just to let you know, they've had flooding in their fields. We've been able, with that long line, be able to take care of that. They gave us a very large, probably the largest easement that I think the drain office ever has gotten. It's the entire length of the property there, which has also helped catch that water going across in the ground and keep it dry there, but also is doing a nice pull down, a drawdown through their property, and we're thinking the adjacent to the west their property too. So, any questions?
How much money are we talking about? You've already paid for it. You've already spent the money. It's just refinancing whatever.
Right. They put in the full amount in the resolution shows the full amount. I forgot to add that the township had us repave all these roads here, which they're paying for 100% as a special benefit.
Is that
so
right?
That part is the total amount that the township wanted the roads repaved, so we did that, but they're paying for that. The landowners aren't, or the county is not paying for that. They're paying that portion of it. We have right now in total payback, what we're saying in prepayments and savings, we're going to probably about $353,000. So you look at the 1.95 5.9, you subtract off of about $353,000. That's what the actual bond will probably be for.
Okay,
And just to mention, we do get prepayments on all of them. I asked for them. On the Pine Brook, we got about, I've written here about $250,000 in prepayments on the Pine Brook.
okay, I wrote that.
And that's something I also, as a drain commissioner, it wasn't done with my predecessor, which is also a double-edged sword, I'll tell you that, is we sent out a letter saying, hey, if you want to save some money on interest, if you pay before this date, we'll accept the prepayment. It helps reduce our total bond amount, which is good for the county. It helps save the citizens, landowners some money. But sometimes like I said, sometimes our phones ring off the hook with people really don't understand what the offer is. They get a little bit excited. I'm sure some of you commissioners have had some calls on that too. So, but I'm going to continue doing it. I think it's a good thing for the county, good thing for the people to offer the prepayment.
That's so good. Any other questions, commissioners?
Yeah, Chris,
Yes,
this is
Commissioner Scott?
Scott. On the Yellow Creek drain, this is a refinance of the bond that was already out there. And basically, we're saving $250,000 to the district, or $1,000 of savings per parcel, correct?
Yeah, that's on the payback. It was a note. We took a note, which was a 10-year note.
Right.
Okay, which is a higher interest as a construction. Think of it as a construction loan. So we took it during the time of construction. We've now completed that. Now we're going to roll it out to a bond so we can get a better interest, which is, I don't know, I can't remember what this is, but there is a savings in interest because the bond counsel, Steve Burke, goes through all this, everyone, to make sure we're getting a savings. So we're going to reduce the average interest rate, and we're going to be able to take it out 20 years instead of 10, which spread those payments out for the landowners.
Good,
All right, thank you.
good. Any other questions? And again, by consensus, then we take it to the full board today? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Christopher.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to us all meeting in person again.
Yes, me
Yeah,
too.
Good to see you all. I'm glad you're all doing well. And John, you look well rested. You're ready for another planting season, aren't you?
We are. We need to be. It's at the doorstep now.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thank you. And that, our agenda?
Yep, okay, so we'll get those resolutions all set to go to the full board. Does anybody have any questions about the approval of the weekly bills, which is resolution F2104025? If everybody's okay with that one, we'll move that one forward to the full board as well.
Okay. That's,
Good.
Annette,
Yep.
I don't know what is going on, but do we not have any weekly bills this week?
I do.
I never received any of the requisitions.
something's going on with your address, isn't it? You didn't have things last week?
No, I didn't, and that's why I was wondering. I got everything that was sent on the finance agenda that you had sent, and I was like, I got all the bonds, I got all of that stuff,
I got the sheets.
but I didn't get that, and I'm like, I don't understand. And I
Is
gotta talk to IS department because my computer, I no longer have a desktop. I don't know where that went. It's just gone.
All right. Is it the bills that you're talking about, Commissioner, or is it the requisitions?
The requisitions.
I thought that was in the full packet this time. It wasn't sent separate?
No,
No? Okay. So are we good with the bills though? That's the one that comes out of the clerk's office that they send?
Yes.
That's the 025, that's the really big packet
And they're
that-
all in alphabetical order? Is that what we're talking about?
that I never noticed. Yeah. Oh, they are, look at that, yeah.
So I saw that. And then.
Okay, we're gonna,
Yep.
okay, and then the other one for you guys that comes out of your committee is the road payables, and that was the one that ends in 114?
Yeah.
The roads.
You have that, Scott? The road payables?
yeah, I got that.
Okay, okay. So do we
Okay.
make a motion or how do we handle it?
I just need concurrence to move those to the full board.
I concur.
Yeah, I concur.
Yes. Okay, please.
And then, as soon as we're done, Commissioner Scott, I can go look for the requisitions and make sure that you get those.
Mhm.
The next thing I need is an approval of your minutes for March 25th.
Can I have a motion, please?
I make the motion that we approve the minutes from March.
You have support?
I'll support that.
The moved and properly supported. Any corrections? Addition? Would you call the roll, please, Stephanie?
Commissioner Yarborough,
Yes.
Commissioner Hinkleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeling.
Yes.
Thank you. It passes.
And then Brian, you needed them, and I'll go check for public comments while you're talking.
Okay.
Annette, Annette,
Yes?
I can barely see the requisitions. They came in and they're all, I don't know, it's pink, it's green, it's black, blocks that are on there. So I don't know what's going on, but I did get requisitions. I see outfit 2021, whatever that means.
It says what again? I'm sorry?
It says
Oh,
outfit 2021. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 6 of them.
right. So those are all the Tahoes, and then in the parentheses is the actual ID number, which I don't think that probably means anything to you guys, but so they did a requisition for every single one of the Tahoes, and that's on here. And then the other 2 were just 2 road department requisitions that came off of some of the bids from last week.
Okay, thank you.
But I will resend it to you again. I'll rescan it and send it again.
Well, no, I got them, but I don't understand. But I am going to have to get with IS to find out what's going on. Something's wrong. So, thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Administrator, is that?
Thanks. So to the group, I'm pulling up a screen share. Yesterday, Doug and I met with Todd Johnson from our Buildings and Grounds.
Uh-huh.
What we're looking at is a quote to re-roof the jail. And the background on this is in March of 2020, both the court and the jail roof projects were bid. Due to some workmanship concerns, the low bidder who did the court was excused from the project, and we opted to have none of their work done on the jail. And we were chasing some quality issues throughout the roof job for the court. And some of you may remember a few months ago, we actually had water pouring into the court.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Todd has brought this to my attention, saying that we really do need to move forward with repairing the jail roof. This quote is from a firm that has done the bulk of the county's work. They are based in Marion Springs. This has not gone through a renewed bidding process. And the question that I need to ask this group is, should we proceed treating this as an emergency, or do you want to see this bid just in looking at my notes here, Todd is concerned that the jail roof is currently exposed and he wants to move forward ASAP before something breaks loose or the vendor fills his schedule for the spring, summer. So with that said, it's not a great situation. This is a relatively expensive project, give or take about $165,000. We did do the bidding. Unfortunately, as we went through the bidding process, that low bidder did not meet our expectations, so much so that we actually had to relieve them from their work. I know that Sheriff Bailey has brought this to my attention, that he very much wants to see the roof work at the jail completed in a timely manner. As a result, I'm asking finance for some guidance on what is your comfort level?
Please, do you have comments? I think it would be a good time to use our new sheet, Doug James. Is there anything on there that fits? That fits this, what it is?
This is one that we can certainly fill out the sole source form, bring it to finance for consideration. I just know that this is a situation you're not going to see that often, where you have gone through bidding, but you had to kick the low bidder off the job due to poor quality work. If this group is comfortable, we can do the sole source and have it before you at next week's agenda.
Are you satisfied? Would you be satisfied going with this company?
Would I?
Johnson said that we've done business with them.
Yeah, so Todd and I have talked about this. Todd would feel much more comfortable having these folks get the work done as opposed to the prior low bidder. And I know that Todd and the sheriff would like to see the work advancing in the coming days and weeks, as opposed to waiting 2 to 3 weeks while we rebid the other project.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Brian, is this new company, did they originally bid?
So,
and if so, where did they come in on the bidding scale of it?
So they put in a quote for both the jail and the court. Their bid was received late. That's why they weren't considered for the court or jail.
Mm-hmm. Madam Chair.
Yes.
I would like to see this go through the process of the sole source so that we're following our process and our procedures. But knowing that construction materials are skyrocketing, that a lot of services are being demanded of quite heavily in the construction industry related to home and other construction activities. I think that, and we're going into rainy season, I think that this warrants quick action. And I would be comfortable having them sort of fill that out, but moving forward in parallel to get this contractor on the job and move forward. I know that Mitch has done great work for the county and throughout the community and is highly respected. So those are my comments.
Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Just on that, I don't mean to put any due pressure on staff because it is 5 minutes after 10. But would the finance department be able to do and vote on this sole source approval for this roofing company today under other business? If staff could put the full the sole source paperwork together, I would be willing to look at that, because this is something, you're absolutely correct. It is going to be getting into the spring rains. And with the price of building materials and petroleum products, these prices can only go up. And I think we need to get locked in on this. If that's possible for staff, fine. I'm just a suggestion.
Commissioner Hinkleman, the call on you.
Yeah, maybe I'm perfectly comfortable. Pretty much when the conversation was directed by Todd Johnson to do this, I have total confidence in Todd. And you have to be concerned about the carnage that the rains will cause if the roof isn't in place, isn't good at this, which it isn't at this point in time, what other things will get involved in. So I'm perfectly comfortable doing it at this point in time, perfectly comfortable. And whatever it takes to proceed through that, whether it's getting that document done, however it happens, I'm perfectly comfortable moving forward in this regard.
Okay. Administrator, just that, and Doug James, can you do this? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's add it to the others or whatever.
So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put our heads together with Annette, in the next few minutes here, to get the sole source form filled out. And if possible, we will have it on today's agenda. We'll get cracking.
And would you say that to me so that I'll make the presentation at the end of it, or, you know, throw it to me on my mind, because this other one is working really well with me today, but so that I could bring that up. Okay? That's great. That would be good. Anything else?
So, commissioners, if you can, we do not have any public comments, so you're good there. But if the commissioners could just hang on for a minute here when I go through the process of ending the meeting, just stay put for a second if you could.
All right. How many people are watching?
You had 10 at one point.
Huh?
You had 10. It's a little slow today. I don't know. There's only 4 on PHSE, so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
We're good.
Thank you, everyone.